Okay, so today I want to discuss self-worth. How do you define your worth? When someone asks you, who are you? What do you say? What is your response? What is the best feature about yourself? The thing that gives you the most pride about yourself? Perhaps it's your car, your house, or your job. It might be your spouse or your friend group or the family from which you come. It might even be your money or your beauty or your social status. What is it that defines you? And then let me ask you, what would happen if you lost it today? What would happen if you lost your job today, your career? Careers can fall apart like that. Marriages fall apart like that. What if you were burned or scarred in a horrible accident, God forbid, and you lost your physical beauty? Or what if you lost your abilities? What if you became disabled? Would your worth still be intact? How do you define yourself now, and how would you define yourself then? Matthew 23 verses 16 through 17 says this: Woe to you, blind guides, who say, if anyone swears by the temple, it is nothing. But if anyone swears by the gold of the temple, he is bound by his oath. You blind fools, for which is greater, the gold or the temple that has made the gold holy? Too many people base their worth on the outer appearance, what is seen, rather than what truly matters. Someone will ask you, who are you? And you'll say, oh, I'm a financial advisor at Citizens Bank, or I'm the pastor of that mega church that you see on your TV every Sunday, or I'm Dr. Evans, Commissioner so-and-so. Maybe your social media is your validation, and the following that you have gives you your worth. Maybe the fact that Instagram has turned off likes has killed you so far. Some of you may not have any self-worth at all. You might that nobody sees you, nobody cares to see you, and if somebody did take the time to see you and see what you're about, they'd just be disappointed. I want you to understand one thing. Everything that you and I can see is temporal. That means it's temporary. That means that in 10, 15, 20 years, it will no longer exist. Your physical beauty is fading. One day you'll either quit, be fired, or retire, so even your career is fading. If you find your worth in your spouse or your family or your friends, understand that, number one, anything can happen to those people. Anything can happen to your entire family, and God forbid you should lose them. Who are you without them? It may not even be a tragic situation. People just switch up. People might just leave you. People might just no longer be in your life. And that's not to put any fear in your heart or make you question anybody, make you feel like you can't trust anybody, but that's to let you know that nobody is sure. And even for the people that are sure, the people that will stick with you through anything and everything, understand that they cannot define who you are. You are a complete person on your own. Everyone else just adds to who you are. The only way to define your worth is to know who you are and whose you are. Whose you are. You are God's. Do you understand why everything that we see exists? Everything was created for you and me. And the reason that it was all created for you and me is because God created you and me. And the reason that He created you and me is because He was so full of love that He had to create an object with which He can express His love, on which He can bestow His love. That is who we are. We are the expression of God's love, the physical expression of God's being. You are the temple. Everything else is the gold. The job is the gold. Your beauty is the gold. Your family, your friends, but the relationships that you create, the bonds, the ways in which you express love, the ways in which you express God, that is your worth. That's who you are. You were made from love to love. So when you express love, any act of kindness, any expression of selflessness, that's you expressing who you are, fulfilling your purpose, knowing your worth, and defining yourself. When you do something for your fellow person, not to be seen or to be appreciated even, not for a thank you, not for an apology, not for anything, but because it's who you are. That is your worth. That's just my little thoughts, you guys. I hope you guys can define your worth. If you like this video, please go ahead and share it with your friends so that they can define their worth as well. Thank you guys.